A recent Wauwatosa East graduate says students in the school district are undereducated when it comes to racial issues.
And she has the facts to prove it. Sean Gallagher spoke to her just hours before she brings this information to the school board tonight.
Antonia Arney just graduated from Wauwatosa East High School. As a biracial student, she felt something needed to be done to address the racial education in the school district. So she took matters into her own hands.
It is something that I really think that we should be acknowledging in our schools.
Antonia Arney's only about a month removed from high school and already will present a research study to the school board about the racial education in the school district.
The data that I found pointed strongly to the race education in Wauwatosa absolutely not being sufficient. It does not support students' racial identities going forward.
She says more than 82% of students express discomfort when discussing race at school. And her data shows 38% of students have no memory of race education in elementary school. She says these results point to a problem students of color face in the education system.
That can really take a toll on you. You can feel very invisible in all areas of life and at school. So we see things like a much higher rate of mental illness in multiracial people and people of color.
Arney says as a biracial student, she understands, and she's determined to make change for students like her.
I want, young multiracial people to feel seen, to feel heard in a way that I didn't when I was a child.
We just have to empower the next generation to be better than we are.
Josh Jackson is a fourth grade teacher in Milwaukee. He says he frequently draws on his own experience being biracial to help conversations.
Kids see the difference right away. We talk about colorblindness and it's just not a thing. If we're reading a story about Mark Twain or whoever it is, we're going to analyze it. It's not just oh, here goes Mr. Jackson again talking about black people or talking about brown people. It's like, oh, this is just the reality of what we do every day.
But a majority of his students are African American. He says these conversations need to happen in school districts like Wauwatosa, where about 64% of the student body is white.
When you're in isolation with white students, you have to force learning about other races and other ethnicities because they're not going to see that in their space. They can also go home and have those conversations with their parents saying, yeah, Mr. Jackson was talking to me about redlining. Did you know about that?
Antonia hopes her senior year research project is the start of something greater.
I think that the district should definitely put effort into doing a greater study on the extreme discomfort that I observed, on their current curriculum and its current effects. And then if the study that they do supports that conclusion, I would say that the district should make efforts to improve the race education curriculum with the help of a race education expert.
Antonia will present her findings to the school board tonight. We reached out to the Wauwatosa School District for comment, but never heard back. In Wauwatosa, Sean Gallagher, TMJ4 News.